Right. So one of the things that's come up recently is around programmatic advertising. I think it applies to most display advertising anyway. If you're not familiar with programmatic, it's just one of the industry jargon terms for there are certain programs and software that's used to develop and serve ads to specific audiences based on behavior. So if you wanted to target specific people in like Toronto and they have certain behaviors, like they're consuming certain type of content, or they're searching specific types of things in Google, or they're visiting certain competitors in your industry, or they're going to be attending certain trade shows. We use all of that information to come up with a user group, and then we target them based on that. So if you think about a billboard as you're coming down any of the main highways, if we could actually target that billboard so that it gets out in front of you because you're a target person, and then when it actually that ad disappears and you don't need to pay for it when the next person comes by who's not interested in your products. That's essentially what it does. But one of the questions that has come up a lot lately is around running display ad campaigns to specific landing pages. And what I wanted to do was really bring this down to a basic level. So if you and I happen to be out, we're in one of the malls downtown here, or you're in your local, let's say Tim Hortons, right? We walk in, I've never met you before, and essentially like we make eye contact, and then I grab you by the hand, I walk you out, I walk you across the street into Starbucks. That's kind of what programmatic advertising does. As in, it's interruption-based marketing. What it really does is when you're searching for something, there's an ad served either at the top on the leaderboard or one of the box ads as you go down, or sometimes in the middle. And if that ad's good enough, you might click on it. And if you click on that ad, it takes you off to whatever website it wants you to go to. So essentially, the initial ad has to be good enough to interrupt, and then it takes you off somewhere else, which is where you want to be doing something. And when you get there, like people always say, look, we're getting traffic to the page we wanted to go to, but they're not filling in the form. Well, they're not taking the action that we wanted to do, download the actual PDF or whatever it is at that point. And for me, the programmatic branding, it's primarily a branding exercise. Yes, you will get traffic, and yes, you will get clicks, and it really just depends on the campaign. But if you think about it from a basic level, if you and I know each other, there's already trust here. When you come into my store, you have a completely different experience. Whereas when we don't know each other and you come over and you're walking by and you walk into my store for the first time today, I have to build that trust and that whole experience for you, so you feel comfortable to actually have a look around, make yourself at home and see whether you want to buy something or not. But it's kind of everything nowadays is it's about getting the click and getting the sale. And if you gotta really be thinking about the long term. Like, I know you gotta justify your marketing dollars, but essentially that's the analogy I really wanted you to use. If we take you from where you are and you're comfortable being in that environment, we put you on another website, which brings you to another business premises online, essentially, it's going to take a little while for the person to get used to that if they don't know your brand already. So that's where the branding comes in, and it's so important. So that's really what I wanted to leave you with today.